Hello, hi, hey, it's your good friend J. Scott Jewell, back again with some Factorio. Um, the things I want to do are, turn on the view of our pollution cloud if that's not on, because I want to check out how that looks. There it is. Okay, so you can see in the minimap a little bit, but here on the map it's pretty evident. This is how far our pollution is reaching out. And at some point during the episode I want to go just walk the perimeter and make sure we're not going to be attracting any unwanted attention. But before I do that, I want to finish setting up this power setup. I did confirm it is 10 steam engines and 13 boilers that we're going to need. So, looks like we can make most of the boilers right now. And then for the steam engine, we're going to need a bit more iron. So, get some of that going. We can get 7 more, and that's enough. I made 1 extra boiler, I guess. That's okay, though. 14 provides a little bit more efficiency, but it's marginal. It's something like 1.31 boilers per steam engine that you need. So 14 will be fine. But I'll shut everything down for a minute here while we get that all set. Should also make some more inserters. Let's get all of those set up in a line. And then I don't really see any problems aside from chopping down all the trees with just putting these all in a big row. Usually I try to do some fancy setups with split pipe so it takes up less space, but the map is infinitely long, so unless pollution is a big concern over this away, I don't see any reason we couldn't just extend it out. Okay, that'll get us some of them at least. Off by a bit. Okay, so that's us physically for power. And then get some power poles. Just running down the length. They all have to be hooked up to be providing their power to the grid, of course. Okay, so that one's going. And then to actually get... Ha! I didn't make myself a throughway. What a nerd. I could do that. Let's see what we can get in terms of inserters. So we need 1, 2, 3 more, which we can make. And then I'm just gonna fill these up with a little bit of coal to keep things chugging along while I'm going for it here. Okay. Got those all set. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay, and then what I want to do... Man, what I really want to do is make myself a pass-through here. So I'm gonna. We will need more iron, though. Ooh, and one of these has run out of coal already. I'll give you a chunk of coal. And give you another chunk of coal. Okay, they ran out of power. So if I make a piece of underground pipe here, basically that will let me connect one end here, drag it over here, and now all that water will pass through underground so I can walk through. Save me plenty of time walking around. Does mean that I'm going to be plopping this down on top of some mineable coal, but I'm not overly concerned. Not coal, stone. Stone is what this is. It's generally in base Factorio not super hard to find more of a resource. It's generally just kind of a distance and clearing out enemies problem. So what I'm going to do is set up some conveyor belts to feed coal, at the very least, to these inserters. Need a couple more chunks. So then I can pick up this box. And actually I can place this slightly differently. So I'll put it so it captures kind of the edge here of the field. Because when we want to put more in, we'll just put a row up and then another row down, and they can all feed onto the same belt. And transport belt is one of the things that you end up automating as early on as you can, just because you need it all over the place. It's how you physically convey everything in your factory. So hook this back up to some power. Okay, so now when the coal comes out of there, it'll send it all the way down to these inserters. And for the time being, I'll put most of this coal in here, keep a couple of bits for myself, and then 13 kilowatts. Ooh, a lot more consumption. Oh. So, let's put an electric inserter over here. So anything that gets past all of these boilers will get put into this box for me, so I can pick it up and fuel furnaces with it and stuff. So that's all gonna keep going. Looks like our iron is keeping going. Oh, I just took all the coal out of there like a goofball. So these two eventually, once we need some more iron, we're going to refactor everything to all feed into one smelting area. But for now, I want to make a laboratory so we can start doing some science, and for that I'm going to need a mining drill. For all of that I need some copper, so let's get some copper going. And we just need a little bit there. Yeah, we need 15 pieces of copper. And I do actually have multiple miners, so there's no reason not to put down all of them. There we go. Did that completely backward. Okay. Yeah. So there's a lab. And you know what, actually, cancel that. Rather make the mining drill first. Save us on some of the fuel. Okay. Where's that mining drill? There it is. Drop it down. Any old ware will do, because we're going to be moving it soon. And then same as before. Drop down 2 of those guys. Make some more of these, for which I probably also need a little bit more copper than I've got. Okay, and then I'll just feed these. Oh, wait. There you go. There's your coal. Oh, yeah, so it's actually iron I need more of, which is good, because that's what we've got plenty of. Okay, now I can make all the inserters I want. Okay, so we've got minimal copper, minimal iron, and that will be enough to get us a lab. Then I might as well start making some of the science packs we're going to need too. Okay, so the lab is done. I'm going to plop it down on some power. And this is where we get to pick what we're going to research first. Ordinarily, when I'm playing, you know, free mode with no aliens, or not with no aliens, but with peaceful aliens that you can just work around, I usually go for stuff like automation first. I want to get to turrets as fast as I can, so that I can get started on defense early and not have to worry about it. Actually don't know where turrets is. Ah! I'm gonna need... Do I need military to get turrets? I don't think so. There, wait, those are laser turrets. They require turrets. Turrets I can get. Okay. Good. So I'll tell it to do that first. That way, as soon as that's done, I can take turrets out to go look at bases. Hopefully not find any bases, but if I do, I can, you know, drop some turrets at problem areas and make sure they're at least defended. Drop that in there and it'll start cooking on the research for us. And then as soon as we have the other 6 or so that we're going to need to finish turrets, I'll go on a walk around the perimeter, see what we're looking at. There we go, that's 6. I'll keep making bullets and science packs in my pocket here. Okay, so if we zoom way the heck out, and of course night is falling as we're doing this. I'm just outside the edge of my pollution cloud right now. I'll just keep on this trend, see which way the wind is blowing. I do have to remember, if I do see any bases, not to get too close to them, as they will aggro on me. Looks like we got a nice chunk of copper up there. Plenty of stone, a little bit of iron, a little bit of copper. That's good though. It's good to know where I'm going to be looking next for resources. Not seeing anything crazy around this lake. That's oil. Plenty of iron. Ooh, and turrets are already done, so that's good. Sometimes I'd go military next if I was really concerned about defense, but there's a lot of stuff I'm going to want for building my my smelting layout and stuff, so Logistics will be next, and I will run on back to drop some of this science into our lab. Oh no! Well, there's a problem. I made it so that that inserter is a little bit faster than the coal-driven inserter underneath. So it was actually taking the fuel away before this guy could get to it. And he ran out of coal. Just trying to grab some for himself. So easily solved by just moving my collection point one tile past. Drop a chest. Put most of that coal back in there. Keep some for myself. Okay, so that should now only grab when it truly has passed outside the reach of this last one, which will be good. Okay, so science in the lab, and we are going to need more. Okay. Should have plenty of bullets just for walking around and exploring. No, although it would be good to actually have a turret or two. So let's cancel some of the science, queue up some turrets, and then put some of that science back in the rotation. That's one of the things that I feel could use some improving, is managing your personal crafting queue. I feel like you should be able to reorder things, but as it stands, you can just kind of cancel them if you're fast enough, and because they all snap to the lower left like that, they end up repositioning themselves as things complete. Some nice water, just kind of a double-edged sword. It's nice because all of the enemies so far are land-based and can't fly, so it does provide some natural kind of choke points and stuff as far as their pathing is concerned. It comes to be a downside though, because you just can't build on it at all. That's sort of a bummer. Still not seeing anything in the super immediate vicinity. As far as expansion is concerned, it looks like going to the north or to the east will work pretty well for us. And we got some more coal. So, should be good for a while. And we can put radar stations out too if we want to kind of do some automated exploring. Okay, and all the science I'm making I'll just dump straight into the lab. And actually, we could probably get another one going. Cancel science, make the lab, put the science back in the queue. And I think after logistics, the next thing we're going to get is automation, which is, you know, one of the big base technologies for the game, but it's an important one because it gives you the ability to plunk down machines that will build things for you. At the beginning, the crafting speed is a little bit lower on them, but it's well worth it, obviously, to be able to have stuff made for you while you're out doing other stuff, like building the rest of the factory. So where'd that other lab go? There it is. I'll put it right nearby. And grab half of the science out of this guy and put all of it in there. So they should be about even. So now we get science done twice as fast. Sorry about all the zooming. I could just do that out of physical habit more than anything else. Oh my goodness, I still have a little guy up here mining some stone. He's just mining his own business, am I right? I'm so sorry. You're gonna hear all the puns in the world. Kind of surprised I haven't dropped any before now, to be honest. There we go. Okay, get you electric. Is 10 poles going to get us back to any part of the network? I have my doubts. But let's go through the woods here. Oh! Ah! Interrupted by research. Let's do automation. Should be quick. There we go. So things are looking a little better. Still super slow production-wise compared to, you know, champion-level Factorio players. But that's a nice little factory, and usually I take it a lot slower anyway. Especially when you're playing on peaceful mode, there's plenty of times where, you know, you don't actually have to be doing anything, so I'll just kind of let the game go and, you know, go make a cup of coffee or something while it finishes the research. Obviously, I won't be doing that here on the channel, but, you know, it's a slower, more considered factory building, because, you know, what's the point of breaking your neck trying to build something in a game? It's a game, for goodness sake. So I will end it here. We'll decide what research we want to do next tomorrow, and hopefully get some more complicated smelting setups up and running. Until then, I've been J. Scott Jewell, and I'll see you next time.